Hey guys, and welcome to another guide for a Season 6 League of Legends champion, and in today's guide we'll be going over Nidalee. Now Nidalee isn't actually your number one support pick when you come into a game, however it is very viable. She is actually a support champion and she can play there very successfully, if you follow my guide of course, but everybody's got their each individual way of playing. Hopefully with this guide I'll show you how to contribute more to your team, and so that your team, they may call you a troll in Champion Select, but however once they see your mechanical skills in game and snowball in the game in your favour, they will be like, oh my god, Nidalee support is the next best thing. So hopefully I can show you that, and I'm going to start with our skill, so I'm going to explain it very clearly so you can understand, because it's a little bit, it's a lot of information to take in. Our passive is Prowl. Moving through brush increases Nidalee's movement speed by 10% for 2 seconds. It's increased to 30% toward visible enemy champions within 5,500 range. Hitting champions or monsters with Javelin Toss, that's our Q, and Bushwhack triggers a hunt, which is our W, revealing them for 4 seconds. During this time, Nidalee gains 10% movement speed increased to 30% towards the hunted target, and her first takedown and pounds are enhanced against them. So that's our Cougar form that they're talking about. It's kind of interesting the way that she's built as a champion, and you need to respect the damage that you can do with her, because she is a damage machine in that sense. And one of them is our Q, so our Q is Javelin Toss, or if you're in Cougar form it's called Takedown. In human form, Nidalee throws a spiked javelin at our target that gains damage as it flies. As a Cougar, her next attack will attempt to fatally wound her target, dealing more damage the less life they have. So it's sort of a finishing move, as well as a poke in lane, and that has to be respected, because once it connects it is very deadly, especially today. DC are a very squishy support. W is Bushwhack or Pounce. In human form, Nidalee lays a trap for unwary opponents that, when sprung, damages and reveals its target. As a Cougar, she jumps in the direction, dealing damage in an area where she lands. So this is great for warding. It doesn't stop them, it's not like a Caitlyn trap, but it does reveal them. So if you're against an Evelyn or a Shaco, this is really good to have. Aramis is, on another hand, you need to rush Sightstone. that's for certain. Her E is Primal Surge or Swipe. In human form, Nidalee channels the spirit of the Cougars to heal her allies and imbue them with attack speed for a short duration. As a Cougar, she claws in a direction, dealing damage to enemies in front of her. So it's an AoE in her Cougar form, and in human form this is your sustain. So this is what I'm putting this whole guide around, is our sustain in lane. You already do massive amounts of damage, so you'll soon see once I explain what to level up. An aspect of the Cougar is our R. Nidalee transforms into a Cougar, gaining new abilities. You should upgrade that at all costs, because then it enhances her abilities once she's in that Cougar form. So the way that I would do this, I'd start Q, probably go over and try and harass them, try and steal a jungle creep away from the jungler, or just poke them down enough so they can't complete the jungle route. Obviously be careful of the ADC and the support collapsing on you. You don't want to give up first blood like that. Then I would max my E or W, depends what you want to take. If you're against a Shaco, Evelyn, someone with invisibility powers, then you want to take your W, because then it will reveal them if they step into the brush. Obviously you're going to upgrade your heal, which is your E, and Primal Surge, you're going to take that every day of the week. You're going to upgrade that until it's got maybe 4 points in it, and then you will start upgrading your Q for your damage. You can do whatever you like, but it's about sustaining lane with Nidalee, and you don't want to come across as a troll. So that's basically our abilities, and it all ties in with the Masteries as well. Talking about our sustain, I'll talk about that after the runes, which the runes are right now. So this is what I go for on Nidalee. I go 9 Mark of Magic Pen Reds, 9 Seal of Armour Yellows, 9 Glitz of Magic Resist Blues, 3 Quintessences of Ability Power. You don't need to be tanky on Nidalee. You're sustain and your damage. You're not tanky, you're not a front line, you're a poke orientated team. Especially with Nidalee, you want to be in the back line, so you want to be throwing out all that damage at the same time as your ADC, as well as keeping them alive. You can change this up for whatever you want. This is just my preference, of course. Runes are there for the individual to adapt to, and these are mine. So our Masteries are 12, 18 and 0. So I'll go with Bounty Hunter, deal 1% increased damage for each unique enemy champion you have killed. You will get some kills with Nidalee, that's for sure. The longer the game goes on, the more this mastery comes into effect. Bandit. Gain 1 gold for each nearby minion killed by an ally. Gain 3 gold when hitting an enemy champion with a basic attack. 10 if you're in your cougar form doing a melee attack, because it gives you 10 gold for that. So precision, gain 3 plus 0.3 per level magic pen and armor pen. This is key for our Q, obviously, to get through those tanks and get through chunky people as well. And then this is the key thing to remember. Most people will go Thunderlord's Decree. I go Windspeaker's Blessing because your heals and shields are 10% stronger. Additionally, your shields and heals on allies increase their armor by 5 to 22 based on the level, and the magic resistance by half that amount for 3 seconds. This is what you have to take on Nidalee support. If you take Thunderlord's Decree, you're going to be branded as toxic. Although it's a very aggressive state to take, you want to take that because it keeps you alive longer, it keeps your ADC alive longer. It's a team game. Play a team game, alright? Don't go full Rambo on the game. You can do that later. You can do whatever you want later once you've got your items. But early game, you want your ADC to get those kills. So that's the Masteries. Her build is very straightforward, and I say that with reluctance because there's not much you can really do on Nidalee other than the following. So you want to max towards that Frostqueen's claim. You start with your Spell Thief, obviously. The first back is key. You want to buy Tier and Sightstone. You don't require boots because you have your pounds in your cougar form to get back to lane. So if you're against a Rammus, you want to take Sightstone instantly and a Vision Ward. If you're not against a Rammus, someone with quick movements, we take a Tier because your cougar form doesn't require mana and it stacks up your Tier very quickly. Mobility boots to enhance all the movement speed that Nidalee already has, and it'll gap close even further for you, so you must pick them up as well. You can go with Lucidity if you want the extra poke. You can also go with Sorcerer's Shoes if you want to add that added damage, but you shouldn't need that. Her items, obviously, you will go into a Seraph's Embrace. That should maybe be your second or third item. If you're being poked down a lot in focus because you're the damage source, Rod of Ages is a nice pickup. Gives you the damage, gives you the health, gives you the mana. Every level up as well, it restores mana and health. You can't really get a better item. Ludens Echo is probably a last item. You would probably sell your Sightstone for that if you really need to. Rabadons would be your last 6 item. Void Staff is a must pick up. It's your bonus penetration in the game. You need that if you want to do extra damage, especially once they have magic resistance. Rylai is also a great item to pick up if you're being focused, and it applies a slow as well. So that is basically our build. It's very straightforward. You can interpret that however you like. If you want to go a tankier build or not, then go for it. She's a very flexible champion, but you want to utilise the damage that she has and the sustain. So like I said, guys, this has been my Nidalee guide. She's free this week, so you've got no excuses in trying her out because she's a fabulous champion. And once you utilise her in that support role, you will be surprised at how effective she can be, especially late game. She's fantastic late game, and that's it. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope it's encouraged you to play her, and I shall see you in the next one.